Hello everyone. So yeah, today we are going to be doing something a little bit different once again. Same as at the beginning of the year, we are going to be talking predictions, and I am a little bit worried. Yeah, so we are going to be watching through the video once again, and I'm going to be cringing a lot at my horrible predictions at the beginning of the season, before even preseason testing happened, I think. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's just get into it.
The first category is the most important one and of course the biggest one. I'm talking about the Constructors Championship, and starting from bottom to top we have Haas.
Okay, so Haas in P10, that's not a completely sucky prediction. Who would have thought?
2020 has been a bad season for the US-based team, and with the 2021 car being essentially a B-spec of the previous year one, I don't have much confidence in them, to be honest. By the latter stages, their car was slower than the Williams, and I don't know how much more they can do over that base. With a better Ferrari power unit, I bet they will have more outright pace, but with a fully
Nah, they didn't have any more outright pace. They had even less outright pace, I think. Yeah, they were like 2019 Williams slow.
rookie lineup, I think even Williams are in a much better place coming into 21. Talking about Williams, they are my
Okay, so Williams P9, I kinda bottled it with that one. Let's hear what I have to say.
prediction for a solid P9 there. I think they will be in a similar position to that of Haas in the first few rounds of 2020, but for longer, able to get points in a few races and moving the team forward. Star driver Russell and a staff overhaul might just be what Williams needed to get off the slump. They already cut back all the way to the Alphas last year, and I honestly doubt they will be dropping back.
Okay, so I was right then. Why did I put them so low down? Yeah, I was expecting them to do good. Why did I put them P9? That sounds like P8, and they got P8. If they already cut back all the way down to all the way up to the Alphas, why aren't they past the Alphas now? Alright. So one down. Let's see, what's the next one?
Up next, but by a very close margin, we have Alfa Romeo. With a decent lineup, an okay car, and an upgraded Ferrari on the back, I think they will be able to hold back resurging Williams, but not by much. I'm expecting it to be much closer than last season, and I'm honestly not counting on Alfa scoring many more points than they did last year. Not much to add. I think they be the front of the back once again.
Okay, so I wasn't confident in them whatsoever, but for some reason I put them ahead of Williams. Alright, I mean, what I said was pretty much true. They had an okay lineup, they had an okay car, and they did okay. But Williams did great. I mean, who would have expected that podium, but still.
For P7, who else could I choose but AlphaTauri? The Italian team have gotten pretty close to Ferrari last year, and if it wasn't for the superb Turkish Grand Prix, they maybe could have caught up. But with the absolutely insane budget Ferrari are managing coming into 2021, as much as I'd love to see the underdog reign supreme, I don't see it happening. Ferrari will probably catch up to the midfield, leaving AlphaTauri ahead of the back markers, but not close enough to the super close fight for third.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I was pretty much spot on with what I said, not so much with the actual results. I mean, AlphaTauri finished the Constructors Championship in 6th, so I was just one position off, but yeah, who could have predicted what would happen to, to Aston Martin, to be honest?
This time with an extra team thrown into the mix. The lineup, consisting of Gasly and Tsunoda, will definitely be one to look out for, with a mix of pace and talent that is quite rare, but with only 10-point scoring positions, they will regularly get the short end of the stick.
Okay, so they were much faster than I actually anticipated. I didn't have that much confidence in AlphaTauri, seeing as well they never did quite as well as they did this year. I mean, they didn't get a win this time, but overall I think they did quite great. I mean, they said at the beginning of the season when they revealed their car that they were going to be fighting for P3 in the championship, and on Saturdays that was definitely the case. On Sundays though, yeah.
So yes, 4 teams fighting for P3. Although I think it's going to be close, I can't.
Okay, Ferrari P6. This is where it starts going downhill. Yeah, Ferrari got P3. I was quite skeptical of their ability to reel back all those points, but yeah, I mean, you as you may have seen on my video last time out, they were just insane this year. The consistency was just out of this world.
Not see Ferrari scoring higher than 6th. They are looking optimistically into 2021 with a whole new power unit package and a new super fast driver, but even if they magically fix all their issues and upgrade their car a ton, we have to remember that the other teams are also working on their cars.
Yeah, that's the problem here. I mean, McLaren were faster at the beginning of the season, but then they dropped down. Alpine was just never quite there. They're focusing on El Plan. Yeah, and AlphaTauri, AlphaTauri were up there, kinda.
And those teams have had a pretty big gap in front of Ferrari for 2020, and although I think it'll shrink a ton, I don't see them scoring higher than 6th. The next 3 teams will probably be the most controversial when it comes to their order. We all know which ones they are, and if you bear with me through the next few minutes, I will do my best to explain why I chose them in said order.
Wow, remember Racing Point? Yeah, they almost got P3. I put Aston in P5. And I thought I was gonna get a lot of heat for putting them down in P5. They ended up getting, P7. So Fernando Alonso got more points than them in P5. Okay, let's see what I have to say.
So in P5 I'm saying Aston Martin, and hold your pitchforks for a second, don't click on unsubscribe just yet, just listen to my thought process. Out of the top 3 midfield teams, this one is the one that will struggle the most in my opinion. They have gone for a Hail Mary approach last year with the pink Mercedes concept, but that was a tricky car to heavily develop upon. Their objective was to close the gap to 2nd, but they only closed the gap to 4th. The experiment is done and the measures have been put in place to prevent it from happening again. And seeing as it was going to be a 1 season long experiment that ended up stretching to 2, they found themselves in a delicate situation. I think they know that and are going to focus their efforts on the 22 campaign. I'd love for them to prove me wrong, but until then, I think it's going to be 5th.
Yeah, so I thought they were gonna get 5th, and I thought I was gonna get reamed for that, pretty much. But yeah, I was quite optimistic there in the end. I honestly thought 5th was gonna be a quite bad prediction. It ended up being quite too good. I mean, the reasons are pretty much the same. That's why they got 7th, in my opinion, still. But yeah, focusing on 2022 and all, I could have rated them lower down, and I would have been fine. But yeah, I think the overall reasoning stands and is up to date.
So, if it's 5th position for Aston Martin, who will go 4th? Shock horror, I'm saying McLaren.
Hey, I got McLaren on P4. Yeah, nobody believed that. Well, I mean, at least I got that one right.
The Woken outfit have been hard at work adapting their MCL35 to the new Mercedes power unit, but as they have said themselves, they haven't had all the time they would have liked to do so. They're in a bit of a rush, but I think they will do a good job either way, and with a slightly more powerful power unit, a solid package, and one of, if not the strongest pairing across the grid.
Yeah, strongest pairing across the grid. We've seen last time out that wasn't quite the case. I mean, Ricciardo was just everywhere through the season. He caught a few good races, but then Lando was just making up for it at the beginning of the season, and then it ended up, going south after Russia. I mean, the position was right, the reasoning was wrong, but the position at least was right.
They will be able to hold on Aston Martin with the MCL35M for 2021, although the fact that they had to spend all their upgrade tokens on the power unit adaptation makes me wary a bit if they will be able to hold on to that 3rd.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I put Alpine in 3rd. Yeah, that didn't happen. That livery is actually quite close to the actual one that they used. Alright, so I put Alpine in 3rd. That just didn't happen. Yeah, I was extremely optimistic. I mean, you'll hear my reasoning now. I think it's not completely. Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, controversial opinion, I know. Renault finished the 2020 season in 5th position, but their arguably 2nd driver has been getting stronger and stronger. I think 2021 will use the Renault RS20 as a launchpad to fully take advantage of the rivals' previously mentioned setbacks and get to work.
Believe in El Plan, guys. Believe in El Plan. Oh, was it actually Trust El Plan? Yeah, I think it's Trust El Plan.
Keep their heads down and become the dark horse of the 2021 F1 season. The fact that they have the Professor 2.0, the guys that can extract the maximum out of the car in Alonso, and a consistently improving Ocon, Alpine will finish 2021 in 3rd position. Mark my words.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't mark them, please. Don't mark my words anymore. I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, they were extremely close within each other. They finished, I think it was 11-10 in racing and 10-10 in qualifying. So it was extremely close, and they are both amazing drivers. And I think they are one of the most solid lineups coming into next year. But yeah, just the car wasn't there. But let's see what they do in 2022.
Now, yeah, the 2 remaining teams are pretty much expected here, but I think Red Bull will be much closer to Mercedes this season.
Yeah, Red Bull in P2. I mean, that was spot on.
With their twitchy car hopefully mended and a fresh face on board, 2021 will be a much closer year. Maybe not to the wire, but Mercedes won't take the...
It was to the wire. Yeah, it definitely was to the wire. If it wasn't for Checo retiring, they may have even won the damn thing. I mean, not in the end, because the gap was just too big coming into Abu Dhabi, but I mean, it was definitely possible.
The championship with 8 races to go. And yes, that leaves Mercedes in P1.
Okay, so that was short, but yeah, Mercedes P1, that was spot on as well.
Not much to add here. Hamilton will dominate, Bottas will struggle a bit, and they will seal the title once more.
Oh, so I thought Hamilton was gonna win the championship. Alright, that's interesting. Let's see what the rest of the predictions are.
Alright, so first set of predictions done and dusted. Next up is the top 5 on the Drivers' Championship. I, honest to God, tried to do the whole grid, but almost got a stroke doing so. So I'll limit it to the top 5, and in first position, who else but Hamilton? Mercedes' advantage...
Yeah, okay, so it wasn't Hamilton. Let me just be clear on that. We got a new world champion, Max Verstappen. I never would have thought that's... You know my opinion already. I think it was a wholly deserved championship for both of them. Either of them could have taken it. They both had their up and downs through the season, and the fact that Max got it in the end, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that he got it. He was just on top of his game this time. Hamilton, though, was also, but just the consistency of Verstappen, I think it was something else. I mean, Hamilton made a few too many mistakes. And yeah, I think Verstappen had a more rounded year. Sue me.
Carries over from 2020, and his impeccable performances will give us the first 8-time world champion, maybe even the last. In second place, I put Verstappen. With a bit of extra luck, he could have gotten it this year, and I've got faith in his talent and car. P2 for the Dutch/Belgian driver.
Okay, so... he could have gotten it, I mean, P2, not the actual championship. I wasn't even thinking that it could be up there in contention. That's really interesting.
P3, I think, will go to Perez.
Perez P3, alright, that was some nice confidence. I mean, Perez finished not so far behind Bottas, but yeah, it was P3 for Bottas there in the end.
I think he will get to grips with the Red Bull and will do the best he can. He doesn't have the whole team rallying behind him, and it's going to be the first time on that car, so I put him behind Verstappen, but oh boys, it's going to be a spicy rivalry.
Spicy rivalry? Nah, I mean, he was the best wingman one could hope for. Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting flashbacks to the defending there in Abu Dhabi to closing the gap from Hamilton to Verstappen after the first set of stops. That was just poetry. Absolutely poetry.
So yeah, fourth for Bottas. I've always had faith in him at the beginning of the season, and he never quite delivered.
Yeah, that's true. Still, same this year. I mean, he got one win, I think, this season, didn't he?
Now that he got beaten by Russell, I'm predicting his confidence will be at an all-time low for 2021. No match for Red Bulls, but still ahead of the midfield. Now, this is the most controversial moment of the video, probably. On P5, best of the rest, I'm putting Fernando.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's just listen to this.
Alonso. Now, hold on a second, why did I pick him?
I mean, I think it made sense. I mean, I put Alpine up there. If that would have been the case, that would have made sense. The fact that Alpine were way down in the Constructors, at least at the beginning of the season, down at the latter stages, they caught up. But yeah, that really hampered them, and I had too much confidence perhaps in Fernando. He is extremely quick, but he needed a bit of an adapting process there. A few races to get to grips with the car and the tires and everything. Oof. It ended up being Carlos Sainz, so I wasn't that far off. The same country at least.
Well, it makes sense if it trickles down from my Constructors prediction and the reasoning behind it. Added that the closest competition from 2020 will be in tricky situations, apart from Perez of course. With Daniel not having gotten close to driving a McLaren before testing, Sainz with Ferrari red shackles and Alex Racing DTM.
Ooh, Ferrari red shackles. I had just no confidence in Ferrari. Ferrari red shackles. I think that's a bit too much, Ryan, don't you think? He did great. It was an amazing championship. I mean, I don't have to justify myself. If you haven't, watch my previous video.
What an unexpected move, that one. Fernando and his 2020 testing experience will prove vital to reigniting the fire that lies within him.
A bit too poetic there once again. Yeah, I was just extremely optimistic. I ended up not being disappointed though, but still.
For this last part, I've come up with these 4 different categories to go a bit more in depth into the season. Each prediction will have one team and one driver, apart from the last one, and I will go over my reasoning. First off, the biggest letdowns. Here I have chosen Alfa Romeo and Mazepin.
Yeah, that's quite accurate, to be honest. Let's hear the reasonings.
We all know Haas will struggle big time, and we're expecting Williams to get closer to the fight, but I think the team that will remain the same will be Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, that was extremely accurate. They remained pretty much the same.
This comes after re-signing both drivers, where they could have gone for either fresh talent, new experience, or both, but they decided to bet on the same horse once again. 2021 will be a season of constantly going under the radar for Alfa Romeo, and I'm expecting one of those drivers to lose their seats by the end of the year.
I was actually expecting both of the drivers, but I thought it was going to be too controversial to say. But yeah, it ended up happening, pretty much exactly as I said.
Now on to the other letdown. Actually, not so much of a letdown, because who wouldn't like seeing Mazepin struggle to go around every corner, but I digress.
Yeah, that is true. He finished 21st in a 20-driver championship, so I'm quite happy with that.
I expect Mazepin to be languishing in the back. Points won't come easily. Actually, I don't think they will come at all.
Yeah, that is true. He did languish around the back. He was consistently 2 seconds lower than his teammate. I'm not talking about the rest of the field. I'm talking about his teammate, a second slower. In qualifying and through the races as well. So yeah, he always was lapped at least twice. Quite a good prediction, that one.
Now on to most improved, and these 2 picks were pretty easy. Ferrari and Vettel, of course.
Yeah, Ferrari was the most improved team. What the hell? That definitely was the most improved team. And why did I put Vettel there?
Of course. Ferrari had the...
Wait, so I did put him in most improved, but then I put him in, 7th in the championship? Double standards much?
Ferrari had the worst season in 40 years last time out, and overcoming that is not going to be hard. As I stated, I don't expect them to gain any positions in the standings, but
they did. They were most improved, so they did. Williams also could have been most improved, now that I'm looking at this picture. But yeah.
The battle will be much closer, and they will easily get past 150 points. Then
easily get past 150 points. Let's see how many points they got. Yeah, they got way past 150. They got 323 and a half. So yeah, more than double that. I mean, they easily got past that. Yeah, I mean, that was actually true, but ouch.
We have Vettel. Pretty much the same explanation, really. He's had the worst season of his life last year, and even though it's still a question of if he will perform, I think it'll be pretty easy to double his point tally of 33 for 2021.
Yeah, double his point tally of 33 for 2021. I mean, I don't think he got 43, so he got 10 extra points. Once again, I didn't think Aston Martin were going to do so poorly. That's mostly it. He did improve a lot, but the whole thing with the actual team being extremely under the radar, ended up not making Seb or Lance stand out.
With such a good car. Now on to surprise of the season, and I've chosen Aston Martin and Yuki Tsunoda. But Ryan, I hear you said Aston Martin would finish 6th. Well, I never specify what I meant by surprise, but good catch there. I honestly think this team has been overhyped.
Definitely overhyped. Yeah, I was spot on once again.
Severely, at least for their first year. I don't think they will be up there fighting the Red Bulls, to be honest. I think it'll be a surprise for many people to see, but yeah, I don't have high hope for Aston Martin's first season in the sport.
Hey, spot on once again. I should just stick to those predictions. I mean, so far it's, I think, 4-4-4, 5-4-5 now.
From then on, who knows? Yuki Tsunoda was my other pick, and although I hardly ever watch F2, it's been really hard to miss the amazing job he's done last year, finishing 3rd in his rookie season with such a great talent pool. I think he's going to adapt pretty easily and take the battle to his teammate.
Yeah, he didn't adapt pretty easily and he didn't take the battle to his teammate. I mean, he did it the last, 3 races, was it? I mean, it's still better than nothing, but yeah, this one's definitely not a thing.
In more than one occasion. Talking about taking the battle to his teammate, the last prediction of the evening, or morning, or afternoon, or night, depending on where you are, goes to AlphaTauri for the most intense in-team battle.
Okay, so I was banking on a lot of in-team battles for this season. I thought it was going to be quite the opposite of what it actually ended up being. Most teams working together. The only in-team rivalries that I could actually see, I think, were in Haas, and that is pretty much it. So I thought in-team rivalries were going to be a big thing this season. I was very, very mistaken. And yeah, the most intense in-team battle was just that, not that. AlphaTauri, yeah, Yuki just wasn't. I mean, they didn't even cross on track, I think, through the whole season, other than twice or thrice, perhaps. So yeah, unfortunately, that one's also. So Tsunoda and AlphaTauri, yeah, I mean, 5 out of 7. I think that's quite good.
With such a great lineup, Franz Tost will have a hard time holding on to the remainder of his hair during the season. You see, right now it is clearly Gasly's team. His teammate Kvyat is a nice guy, but he was not close to the level of speed we got from his teammate. But with the speedy Japanese driver getting to grips fast, he will see his status challenged. And seeing as his career almost got destroyed by his teammate outperforming him, I see them clashing over and over again during this year. That reminds me of something though. When was the last time we've had a guy beloved by all with the team built around him get a rookie teammate with heavy backing from Honda and extreme speed? Oh boy, that one's gonna keep me up tonight.
So I compared Yuki Tsunoda to Ayrton Senna. Yeah, to say I had high hope for Yuki this season, it's a bit of an understatement. I thought it was gonna be Ayrton Senna. I'm sorry, Yuki. I think you were way overhyped before the start of the season and that kind of got to you. I'm sorry I was part of that. I think you're going to do extremely much better next time out. And yeah, I just hope for the best.
Well, that is it. Those are my predictions for this 2021 season.
Alright, so that is pretty much it. I mean, there were a few very off predictions like Ferrari in P6, I put them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is P6. And Alpine in P3. And then, yeah, Alonso in P5. But it all makes sense due to my reasoning there, I think. I definitely underrated Ferrari. I definitely overrated Yuki Tsunoda. But yeah, other than that, I think it was quite spot on. So this is the actual graph. I'll do the point tally now. And yeah, I mean, definitely could have been worse. It definitely could have been worse. I'm gonna do 1 point for 2 points, for spot on prediction, 1 point for 1 position off, and no points for completely destroyed the position. So for example, Mercedes were gonna get 2 points on the Constructors Championship. Alpine is gonna get no points, and say Williams is gonna get 1 point. So let's see yeah, perhaps I can do I can get over more than half the points. That would be considered a win. Anyways, yeah, so this is gonna be it for this video. It's a little bit different. It's completely off script. I just reacted to my predictions. And let's see, let's hope this is not an extremely long video I can ramble on when I don't have a script. Let's see how long this recording has been already. Yeah, alright, so we are fucking 25 minutes in. Right, yeah, let's just wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, Happy New Year. If this video comes out when it's supposed to be, I think it's already 2022. I don't even know what year we are in. 2022, I think, or we're extremely close to it. So yeah, other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.